You are now listening to Between Us Girls, the podcast, where we discuss life's fuckeries and then some over wine.
Show.
Danielle,
Jen, and Sharonda.
And this is
Between Us Girls.
Okay, so again, this is our first live show. This is where you're going to find the real, raw, and uncorked conversation that you dream about at night.
Dream
about at night.
with what is it? The cows or whatever? What
When you
sheep?
you count
The sheep.
The what?
You
The
count
cows.
sheep.
You count sheep?
We count
I don't
cows.
fucking
What the
know.
fuck?
Anyway.
What the fuck? Anyway, okay.
I don't know. You count some shit. Like,
Bitch,
Oh,
you count
God.
sheep.
okay, so
cows. You count cows.
Yes, apparently.
Bitch,
Whatever.
You these special motherfuckers.
This bitch is counting cows by herself. The only person ever. Sharonda, before we get started and we talk about our topics, what are we sipping on?
We are sipping on Marietta Cellars Armay, and this is a blend of Cabernet, Merlot, Petit Verdot, and a Malbec.
Okay, so
Because it has so many different grapes, it doesn't have a vintage. However, the alcohol content is 15.1%.
turn up. Okay, I say this every time, but that really is
Turn up.
the highest outside of the port that we
Outside
have.
of the port, that was
Yeah.
20.
Like on a regular wine,
yes.
this is it.
no wonder I'm like
really
warm.
good. Yes.
Are you hot?
I'm
I did
hot.
the lights.
How many sips have you had already?
That bitch woke
Don't
up
don't
hot.
judge me. Like, don't question me like that right now.
So did you sneak somewhere
Prior
in part of
to.
the bottle?
Don't. Let's move on.
She
Okay.
probably got some car wine in there.
Okay, so just remember for our new listeners, we always rate our wine on what? Taste, aroma,
Appearance
appearance,
clarity,
clarity,
and some other shit.
and some other shit.
legs.
And we can go up to 25, and also we're going to tell y'all if it's good or not because Sharonda refuses to conform.
Right.
Okay, so we have 3 topics. We're going to do something different because we have you guys here. So if you have a comment on a topic, feel free to raise your hand because...
Don't do it.
Okay. Because Soders is our audience
Correspondent.
Correspondent. There you go. Thank you. Shit.
I got you.
Correspondent. And
I'm
she's
rejecting
going
this
to-
idea.
They're not asking questions though. Fucking
Fuck y'all.
spaz.
But so,
All you're gonna do is like, okay, so like we're gonna talk about risk assessment while dating, like if you make one or whatever. We're gonna talk about the Bachelor in Paradise, and we're also gonna talk about this super secret that we have.
super secret.
It's a super secret. I can't even say what it is before we get to it. So, oh shit, I almost spilled my wine too.
Don't do
this
it.
way.
So
So
no more.
when we get to each topic, we're going to talk or whatever. But if you guys have something you want to say, raise your hand. I mean, this is a live show. We want you guys to feel like you are
A part of it.
part of the show.
Right.
Just don't ask Danielle any direct questions. Okay.
Unless you putting out afterwards.
So there's
This bitch will work for drinks.
well, okay. So I want to make sure that
No more
everybody.
wine.
Hey, Joy. Hey, I love
Hi,
you.
Joy.
Thanks for coming. I just want to make sure that everybody gets a treat. We do have some cookies and wine glasses for our show attendees. Where are they?
Right here, back on this table right there.
Okay. I don't know if they want to pass them out or not, but make sure you get one. Also, make sure you come over and see Soders and give us your email address. We promise we won't spam you too much. Do you have your microphone?
Somebody gonna give you
Okay,
one.
there we go. Oh, it's not on.
Sit down.
All right, first topic. All right, so we're going to give you guys a little bit of a backstory. one of our friends was dating a guy, and she found out later that he had a secret fiance, right?
Wait, that bitch is the secret. The fiance wasn't the secret.
Right. Well, right. Okay, come on. You the secret. The
Bitch,
fiance is not secret.
Right.
Okay, I'm sorry to your friend, but bitch, you're the secret. Okay, go ahead.
Okay, but anyway,
Pretty much.
this guy also gave her a scorecard, and he let her know why he was going to break up with her and marry the other girl. Mm-hmm. And some of the categories were looks, how long he's known them, your present body, your potential body,
Because that could change.
okay, education, earning potential, number of kids, past relationship drama, bitter exes or whatever, and sex. So our friend lost because she had 2 kids. He knew the other chick longer. And then she was also, the other woman was in a Ph.D. program. Okay.
So she had more earning potential.
Right. So she had greater earner potential. But she said she outscored her in the other categories.
Bitch, I ain't got
That's
a degree.
important.
But
Right. Just so you know, I had some shit on her.
Right.
So, okay, so he brought the list. He brings it over to her house, actually. He brought the list over to her house and was like, hey, this is why I'm breaking up with you. You didn't get 100, basically.
Oh, my God.
So, yeah.
Yes.
He had a sheet of paper, okay? Because he also brought,
Like she gave good head but didn't have a degree. Like,
you guys, he brought 4 other rating sheets for the women he had dated previously, 4 of them.
For
It was
comparison.
like,
because
yes.
statistically, bitch, you don't match up.
Right,
That's what he said.
right.
Because you got to know.
Maybe
You gotta
I'm
know.
out,
You gotta
but
have
my
a
wife won't
basis.
let me date.
Because he wanted her to, say again?
Maybe I'm out, but my wife won't let me date.
Okay.
But he's grading.
Yes.
Like a risk
Scorecard.
assessment.
Yeah, it's risk mitigation.
Right.
So I understand that. But in real life,
In real life.
In real
Yeah,
life.
this really happened.
This is real.
This
not
really
the
happened.
job.
No.
Real
in
life.
real
A
life.
real woman, a real man.
Danielle can understand that because she often uses project management.
Yes.
you
In
know,
everything
in
we
her
do.
life. But this guy actually
story.
did this.
Yes, we have
Real
Excel
life
sheets
story.
for everything.
Yeah.
Yes.
He's still married to the woman.
So he ended up marrying the
He
chick.
ended up marrying the girl.
Yeah, he ended up marrying the woman.
Okay.
And I have to say,
What that bitch scorecard look like
she
now?
definitely outscored
The body part
her
ain't right.
in the looks department. Our friend is like, this other lady
She's really
is
pretty.
like,
The other lady is,
okay.
she's
Extra
a 2.
regular. Damn.
I'm a what?
She's like a 2.
She's a 2?
She's like a 2.
I had to ask if she had palsy. Only because, only because the way she closed her mouth was like, like,
So she had to have a PhD.
She was talking-
She had to do something to make up for that whatever she had
Well,
going on.
I think it was the money.
I'm just saying.
okay,
he
so,
was
but here's
interested
a
in the
fun
money.
fact about this guy before we ask the question. The fun fact about this guy is that the underside of his ball sack was rancid.
Like just one side of it, though.
Yeah, like not the front part.
Wait.
Just the bottom side.
So it's
How
like,
do you know this? The girl.
because
We
she
know.
told us.
She told us.
She told us.
Yes.
Rancid,
Rancid,
though?
she
Rancid
said.
ball sack.
She said
Explain
that
that.
she had to bleach her hands after the sexual encounter.
So this motherfucker can't take a bath, but he wants to score a bitch on
Sharona,
marriage
I swear that was
material?
my thinking.
I wonder why she
Find
didn't score
him.
him.
I want to talk to him.
Like, I would have brought out my scorecard and I would have
Find
been
him.
like,
Where
where
is
the
this
fuck
guy?
are you at?
My thing is, she risked life and limb to go into that.
Life and
She
limb.
put her whole face in what could be anything. And he's like, but I'm sorry.
With
You
your
have 2 kids.
herpetic balls, you have the nerve.
So, okay, so the real question is, like, you know, what would you do? Do you guys do a risk assessment?
I
Like,
don't
do you
fuck
have-
with rancid balls.
Okay.
So my issue with this whole scenario is not the fact that he did the risk assessment
Of
or the
course
pros
not.
and cons or whatever you want to call it. It's the fact that he gave it to her. Like, that's my issue with, like, keep that shit
That
to
hurts.
yourself.
Right.
And then, like, make the decision and say, hey, I can't mess with you no more. I don't need a whole motherfucking list of reasons
Right.
why. And then you compare me to 4 other bitches?
Some more bitches.
Like, what the fuck?
Some
Maybe
more
you
other
wanted her to
bitches
change
on
or
top of
something.
the fiance.
Bitch, I will cut you. Like, really?
With
like,
their rancid
hell
balls.
no.
Yeah. Yeah.
How you change rancid balls?
But I thought women appreciate honesty.
Okay.
You want to
Okay, can I? Hold on.
Oh, okay. Let's Sharonda have
We
this.
do appreciate honesty. And I don't even think that he's wrong for making the list, because I think everybody in here has dated somebody to where they have made a good, bad, pros, cons list, whatever the case may be. But you want to what if she came and brought 4 other dudes up there and was like, oh, the dick size matters, like all of this other shit matters? You're not going to appreciate that, and you're not going to like that as a man being compared to another man if you're supposed to be in this situation with one person.
But it's all about improvement.
But-
so if I need to get a penis pump, that's perfectly fine. Like,
Penis
I
pump
know-
don't
His
work,
balls
though.
were still rancid.
But his balls were rancid,
Where did he
too.
improve?
At the end of the day, nothing is wrong with what he did, but the fact that you bring that to her, like, this is what I'm doing because A, B, C, and D are better than you and you're whatever, like, he could have kept that. That's
But what
bullshit.
if she goes home, looks at this list, and learns to apply these things so that the next time...
So because she didn't wasn't in the Ph.D. program, what was the other thing?
She might go get
She
educated.
didn't have 2 kids.
She had 2
two kids.
How was she going to change that?
She had 2 kids.
You want her to get rid
He
of her
could
kids?
change
didn't
his
have any
rancid
kids.
balls.
That's some bullshit. Think about it.
Let's go back to that.
Okay,
I can't get past the rancid balls.
I understand the kids part.
Okay.
But again, if she was a C, she can upgrade to at least a B+. And I'm not mad with him giving her the scorecard to say, look, this is where you failed my test. A lot of us would do a lot better.
Fuck you and your test.
Fuck you and that test.
Listen,
Real
yeah.
talk.
Oh, my
Okay,
God.
Fuck all of that.
you wanna plug your show real quick while you're on the mic?
Ladies and gentlemen, we are the Egos and Opinions podcast. This is my co-host, Ivy, every Wednesday on our social media, on streaming platforms. Thank you.
You're welcome. Okay, and I think he does have a point.
No, he don't.
No, he doesn't. No, but it is in how it's not what
it's
you
at the
say to
delivery.
people, it's
Right,
how
it's
you
in the
say
delivery.
it to them. If
It's
it was a
maybe just-
conversation,
Okay, his point.
But I'm just saying,
No.
I would Danielle.
Keep
don't
that
bring
shit to
me.
yourself.
Don't bring me
no,
the
but if
evidence.
you wanted, but here's the thing: if you really did quote unquote care about a person to have them improve themselves and their lives, that's just a conversation you have. Hey, why don't you consider going back to school? I know you want to make more money. Blah blah blah.
Exactly.
It's not what you say;
It's a
how you
delivery.
say it.
Yeah.
And then he had rancid balls, bitch.
That's what I'm saying.
So I can get past that.
Ladies.
You're going to rate me and your balls are rancid.
Ladies, that's what I'm saying.
get
I'm
past that
saying,
right there.
you know, he should, like Danielle said, he shouldn't have brought the fucking risk assessment. That's stupid as fuck.
Yeah.
But he could have been like, hey, you know, I don't think I'm ready to be a stepdad, or I feel like I'm
his
going to have to
delivery.
take care of you because you don't have as much earning potential as I would like. Maybe not. Here's what I'm comparing you to, and then here's these extra bitches, and I'm also getting married. Like, that is insult to injury.
So, like,
Ladies, we
back
have
to one
a
time.
comment from the audience. Okay.
I didn't mean to shut that down.
Come on, Layla.
I have a couple of questions. Is this Morris Chestnut? Idris Elba? Who
No.
is this guy?
He's a regular.
Okay, well, let me tell you. He's a nice, intellectual guy with a good sense of humor. Had a nice
And
body.
rancid balls.
Right,
and rancid balls.
But he was awkwardly nerdy. And his rationale for the list was deciding who would be best for his life.
Okay, second question. How old is he?
Right now, probably about 45. I
So
think,
he's
this was like 10 years ago?
Damn
Yeah.
old to be doing a scorecard. One. Two, there's a whole different way that you can be honest with somebody.
Exactly.
And three, I mean, I have nothing else to say. That I just
You
really
want to
wanted
plug your
know
show
those two
before you hang
questions.
up?
Rancid balls.
No, because I'm gonna be talking a whole lot more later on during the
Okay,
show.
all right, good girl. Okay.
it's stinky.
You know,
They
do
stink.
you know?
They
have you-
stink.
rancid.
They're not clean. If she's saying she had to clean her sheets, bleach them, I don't know what he was
I
doing.
don't know what
Probably
the
not.
situation
They
is.
just
Okay.
probably stink.
I
I
was
don't
gonna
give a
say-
fuck. If you get your ass in my bed and you leave a skid mark of
Man, I
any
know
kind
y'all
from
know.
your body, you have a grown ass fucking problem. Do you see what I'm saying? I don't give a fuck where you
I
came
know
from.
he knew.
That's
I
nasty.
knew he knew he smelled. I mean, you can smell that shit.
But what she
Come on
said was
now.
that she had to bleach her hands from
That's
from
gross.
juggling.
So you mean she went down on him first?
Well, I was just going to tell you. Have you ever heard of from under cheese?
Yes.
Like that's the smell.
Oh, so
Okay, next question.
I'm gonna.
You said that was 10 years ago. So him and the woman he married, are they still married?
Yeah, they're still married, and she
right
still
decision.
looks just. I'm not going to talk about her.
Maybe she can't smell it because her lip, like,
I think
maybe something's wrong with her.
I'm going to say this, and I don't want to discredit her, or anything like that, but the way she looks, I see why she don't care.
That's so
about the rancid balls?
Not nice. Okay.
That's all I'm going to say. We have another question. Oh, my God, we're so popular.
Okay, so y'all just went down the list to describe this guy. On top of, he had about 2 out of 4 good characteristics. And his balls are rancid.
Right.
How can you not,
Why
does your friend care about
I don't think she cares about, she don't care about him. I think
Or the rancid balls?
you have to know her to really understand. Like, she's the type, she's like, I can't believe I didn't win. You know what I mean? Like, she has a husband, and she's
moved on now. This is an old story.
This is an old story.
Okay.
But when she told it to us, we were like, we have got to bring this to the masses because
I want to see a picture of this dude so bad. I want to just go
He's
so
not
hard.
ugly.
Yeah, he doesn't look bad.
He's not ugly at all, but his balls probably still stink.
Ooh,
Like
okay.
cheese.
Oh my
So,
God. Fuck his feelings. Like,
Sharonda, you gonna be okay?
I'm fine. Keep going.
Okay. All right. So let's move on to our next topic. We want to talk Bachelor in Paradise scandal.
Have y'all heard about it? Y'all know what's going on with the Bachelor in Paradise story?
Okay. So for those who don't know, what happened was Corinne Olympios. I wanted to call her Olympia Dukakis earlier, which is wrong. And what was his name? What's the guy's name?
Oh shit.
Demario. Look at you, Sarah. Get it, girl. Demario Jackson, right?
Well, wait. Do y'all know what the Bachelor in Paradise is first?
I'm going to.
Oh, let me stop.
See, this is why me and Danielle don't get. See, this is what this.
First
is
off, fuck
Y'all
you.
don't hear
This
this
is
part
it.
on every episode.
Like, I can't even fucking finish what the fuck I'm saying. Okay, so what's her name? Corinne and Demario were contestants on Bachelor in Paradise, which is a spinoff from The Bachelor. Last Rose, that show. So Bachelor in Paradise is basically real world.
Pretty much.
For those who don't know.
The rejects. Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The turned up edition.
Because they didn't win, so
Right, so they're on this other
They're
show.
reruns.
Like The Challenge.
And they're having a
kinda.
reject party.
Right.
so they still trying to find love.
Right.
Looking for love in all the wrong places.
Let's please not know.
This
I like that song.
Keep going,
Keep
Michelle.
going. We like that.
No,
You know what?
let's
Thank
Don't
you
let
guys.
don't let
Press
haters
forward.
stop
Thank
you.
you, guys.
Don't let a
Press
hater
forward.
stop you.
That's okay. I'll come back to it. Okay, so they hooked up is what the first reports were. There was a hookup between Corinne and Demario. Well, after the fact, it was, I wasn't conscious enough to consent, and I feel like I was violated, and I am so emotional.
I'm
This
so
is
in
her.
my feelings.
I'm Corinne right now. I'm Corinne. I'm so emotional. I was violated. Blah blah blah. So, comes out later that this is what I read. This is my first foray into this topic. I was like, oh wow, because it said they were told previously that they would be hooking up at some point, and so for her to come back later and say that she was assaulted, I was a little concerned.
So they were in the pool and they were drinking.
Right.
And they were basically hooking up, and then it was like, oh shit, maybe I didn't want my pussy on his dick. And
That was an accident.
But the crazy part was that she wasn't the one that made the claim.
Right.
The producers made the claim.
right.
But probably after she went to them and was like, oh my God, you can't.
She said she didn't. She said the
No,
producers were the ones that
producer was the
made
ones
the
that
claim.
went. One of the producers saw the video and felt uncomfortable.
Yes.
And then it was like,
So she was okay with it.
Was it
So
a man or a woman?
I think it was a woman.
Hater.
I know. so the producer saw the video and she reported it to Warner Brothers or whoever, and then they started. Warner Brothers.
It's Warner Brothers. That's
Warner
that's
Brothers
the
who
company.
owns the and so
That's fine.
So the producer, made a complaint, and then the girl was like, "Oh yeah, I was violated. Like, you didn't know you was violated before she made the claim."
Well, she said she was drunk, that they both got drunk, and they didn't remember.
Bitch, no take backs. Have a seat. Like,
Shut
what the
up,
fuck?
Rhonda. Everybody. Well, okay. Do y'all think this is racially motivated at all?
That was my next question. He's black, right?
Yeah, he's black.
DeMario.
Bitch, that's a fine line.
You
He
know
could be of
Italians
Latin
have a weird
descent.
name.
I don't know.
D motherfucking Mario is not an Italian name. I'm
It
sorry.
could have been. I don't know. I don't judge nobody off their names. Michelle.
Yes. And when you call me on the phone, I probably sound just like a white woman, and that's okay with me.
Anyway,
Michelle.
Bitch, please.
That's all right. She don't have them pants on. She trying to get. That's all right.
Oh, because you got a back bun today? You talking shit? Don't start with me.
Hey, you didn't bring
Daria.
your bun today.
Okay. So, but this is what I was going to say.
He always wears the bun.
I read something about one of the other contestants. He made a comment, and I think it was, I don't know, it's pretty telling of this girl's behavior. Okay, but let me also mention that when she was on her season of The Bachelor, she, like, they went on a group date, and she got naked in this lake.
What?
And not to say that, like, okay, everyone who...
So you already slutty.
Right.
Right. So you already look loose, and I hate to say that because I feel like that's blaming the victim or whatever.
Okay,
but
wait.
you have already painted yourself in a light that is going to discredit you. So this is what the guy said. He said a lot of stuff, and then he said, and in fact, there were multiple people with whom the party, Corinne, engaged in some type of physical contact with that day. But
Wait, this was on The Bachelor or The Bachelor Paradise?
This is on what happened.
Oh, okay.
I guess he's on that show too.
Oh, okay.
But he said there were multiple people that she engaged.
So
in.
she had a train. Okay, I'm
No,
sorry.
she
my
was
bad.
just a hoe.
I just want to fucking make sure you're seeing that anywhere in
Michelle.
there.
But you said multiple people. Okay, all right.
So does anyone else want to be on our show? Because we're looking for
A new co-host.
a new co-host because
Charity
I'm about
said
to be
she does.
annoyed. Okay, so because there's a point at the end.
Oh, okay,
but
go.
you keep
Just
stopping
make
me
it.
before
Go
I get
ahead.
to
Just
it.
go.
Just go.
Are you going to shut the fuck up?
No.
Okay,
So then,
fucking like her. Anyway, there were multiple people that she engaged in some type of physical contact with that day. It does not say anything about a fucking train. But what it does say is that it wasn't until the black man got into the mix that it was no longer deemed acceptable.
so that was actually my first thought when she first made the claims was that, oh shit, my white feelings fucked the black dude in the pool, and then
So they
My
were
white
salty?
feelings?
yeah, and
The
then
producers were salty.
Okay, but
after the fact after the producer did it, after the producer went and made the claims, and she's like, "Oh yeah, I fucked this
then
white
they got
dude."
extra.
Right now, I fucked this black dude and shit. Oh, what are my parents gonna think? I'm in here, I'm in the pool, like with this
Right.
dude, like what?
It just doesn't look good for her.
She also had a
First of all,
boyfriend.
if you're getting naked somewhere to go swimming, like bitch, with a whole bunch of
But
different
here's-
men, women, whatever,
here's
like
She also had a whole boyfriend.
Right,
Yes,
that's
she had a
the
whole
kicker.
boyfriend.
She
What?
has a boyfriend.
She had a boyfriend.
She has a boyfriend. So
Why
this
is
was
she
my
on the show?
thought.
Oh,
Like,
so she had.
My thought was not even about blackness or anything like
Yeah.
that. My
No,
thought
my
was,
first thought
oh
was blackness.
shit, I'm about to get caught
Busted.
fucking around.
Right.
How can I get out of this? Okay, I was attacked.
And did they only have a recording of that situation?
I'm sure
with
they
that
had a
dude?
No, they
Or
have
were the-
cameras
have
of
a-
everywhere.
Were the multiple?
Everywhere.
But hold on,
Yeah.
the article that you just read said multiple people. Were all of those also on camera as well, or just that one?
Yeah, but it probably didn't go as far. Like maybe she just like was groping people. Excuse me, groping people or like, like.
But if you say sexual contact,
He didn't say sexual. He
What did
said
it say?
physical contact, which means maybe she made out with some people, or maybe someone touched her ass or something, or maybe she was crotch grabbing.
Giving
Like we
head
don't know
or
for
something.
sure. He was there though, so he's just saying this is what I noticed, and then it wasn't a problem until DeMario got into the mix. But if she was already told before that they were going to hook up, then I mean, come on.
Right.
what's the problem?
Right.
Yeah, I don't know. And then DeMario, like from DeMario's point of view, he's suing the show, and I think the show is back into production right now.
Yeah.
But I don't think that he is actually going to be on the show. Which, if I was him, I can't blame him because I mean, you've ruined my entire reputation. You've made it very difficult for me to even find employment after the fact because if anybody looks you up, they're gonna find rape case.
Yeah.
Or whatever. You know what I mean? Like,
actually,
so
he was on TV saying that he couldn't find a job.
right. So it's like you
Before or after?
No, after actually.
Let me find out he really was job searching at the time. Like, what the fuck are you doing?
He's on Indeed like a
But that's the
motherfucker.
point. You have to like after the fact.
Okay, that's fine. But why are you on a job hunt but also trying to film Bachelor in Paradise? Something don't sound right.
Well, I mean, if he's off the show stopped production, so
He needs
I
a
don't know
job.
if that
He needs
means
money.
the check stop when you stop production. Like, I don't know what that means. But
I feel like if I was going on The Bachelor, I would just take a leave of absence
Right.
from my
it
job.
okay, so it does mean when production stops that you don't get a check.
Officer.
Hey. I forgot your name.
So yeah, so he has. You an asshole,
Biggest fan.
John.
Oh, John. Okay. Oh, you. Oh, I know you. I thought it was you. What's your name again? Jerry, our biggest fan. Hey, Jerry.
Oh my God.
Thank you. Okay, so nobody has any comments about this. Oh, you do? Jasmine's got a comment. So does what you doing?
I'm on it. I'm on it.
I see you over there by my man. What you doing?
Bubba man.
I'm just kidding. Okay, go ahead, Jasmine.
So, when I first heard about what went down, I thought it was race related, and then I found out that they were told that they were going to be hooking up later or possible interest later in the season, and maybe she jumped the gun.
Yeah.
Just like she jumped on that
She was
dick.
ready.
Well, she did more than jump on it.
Yeah.
But so I don't watch The Bachelor or The Bachelorette. Like if they didn't have any
I've
people
never
of color
watched
on it
that show.
before now, so
Right.
I didn't watch it. But I watched the show on Lifetime called Unreal, which is kind of like a spoof, like a dramatic spoof of it. And y'all, for it being a fictional show, it's pretty insightful. So they had a black bachelor on that show this past season, and there were some similar instances. And it was one of those, well, we have a girl from the country. Her family doesn't approve of her being with black men. We're going to put her on the show to spike ratings.
Yeah.
And I'm not sure if you guys are keeping up with the current Bachelorette season, but there have been quite a few racial situations recently
I
with
saw
one
her
of the guys.
crying.
You saw that?
I saw her crying. I didn't look into it, but I know she said something about one guy was like, well, you decided to hang out with her instead of me or something.
Right, and then she's had other guys. Well, she kicked a guy off because he made some shitty comments on Twitter.
About blackness.
About blackness and the Muslims and all that. I mean, just talking out his ass, essentially. And she kicked him off. I think this was more of to get people's attention off of that and to get them onto something else. Like, you want to drive ratings and you want to make sure that the show is going to be popular because they do these like twice a year. So you want to make sure that you get the ratings and everything, and not to downplay any sexual assault because sexual assault is a very serious topic. I feel like this is just ratings. I honestly believe it's just ratings because if it wasn't, where's the police report? That's public knowledge.
If
Where's
it's
the police
just
report?
ratings, it's like completely fucked up because you are completely ruining a
Somebody
person's
else's
life.
life.
Exactly.
Like, this
exactly.
dude
And
has
I
to
sue him
live
too. I
after
would
this
sue him
shit.
too. That's libel.
He's
You're not
still
gonna throw my
suing.
name in the mud and there
Yeah.
was nothing done.
Right.
I hope he gets
That's his
like
name.
every fucking penny that he's asking for. Because it's really completely fucked up. Like, you need to make your living off of whatever earnings that you get from this lawsuit.
Right.
Because it's going to be very difficult for you to find employment after the fact.
Right.
Right.
So, I mean, definitely, if they want to look into it, definitely lodge a full investigation and everything. But if it comes that nothing happened, or that she was
Well, they've
a real
already-
pimp for everybody.
Well, no,
Yeah.
they've already said that they've already closed it out, and they've said that there's been no wrongdoing.
Exactly.
So, like, they've done their full. Warner Brothers had done their full investigation on the story. So now
So
it's
she
like
just a hoe that got caught up. That's
right.
all.
So, and
yeah.
she,
But
she's-
own it then.
but
Well,
she
no,
said-
own it. Like, if you want to pop it for a real pimp for everybody, then own it. Just be like, look, so it happened.
I don't think
Right.
that she wants
Let's
to,
move
though.
on.
But she also has a fiance that
Right.
she has to worry about.
I just want to know why is she on the show if she has a
Right.
because I think
fiancé?
she's an actress and she
Yeah.
wants to be famous. So her goal is not to really find love; it's to be.
But
famous,
okay,
and
this is
gonna
what
do
I
it.
want to know right here. Where can I find a boyfriend like hers? Because this man said he said she has my unwavering support and loyalty.
I wonder if she
to be on a dating
he
show.
said she will
After
continue to have. So he's
Right.
already been like, I love you, baby. It's cool.
They made a
Right.
pact before she
So-
went, like, do what you got to do for the
Right,
team,
so
bitch.
you've already
Like,
signed.
you got to suck a few dicks, but hey, we in this
off.
together.
Yeah,
like,
you signed off on me having a
what
second
happened.
boyfriend, and you cool with it, and you gonna sit there. So like, I need one of those. What can
I know
find one
that's
of those?
right. Where is he?
I don't want one of those. I just wanted to plug myself. I don't have a podcast, but I am a blogger, Lay Hot Jazz, and you can find me on all social media channels at And All That Jazzy with 1Z.
Okay.
All right, Jazzy.
Thank you, Jazzy. Layla.
But I have another question.
Go ahead.
I mean, am I the only one thinking about the cameraman? Like, as your job, wouldn't you
Stop
it or say something if he felt uncomfortable?
Because the
it took
bitch
the
wasn't
producer
saying no, don't stop.
That's
like
what
that.
I read.
She was
Exactly.
like,
No, don't
no,
stop.
don't stop. Yeah,
They were like-
she was saying it in a different
Say
kind
it
of way.
again.
No, I'm not gonna. I'm not gonna
But
do
I
it.
don't know if there were actual cameramen or just cameras set up. So like that.
Well, there's producers watching. Everybody
well,
was watching it.
But
So did
I'm
they
under
stop
the,
it?
Well, no,
or
I'm under the
was
assumption
it after?
that this happened at nighttime. So I mean, it could have been a situation.
no, I think it was like,
No,
early.
Oh, you're
evening.
saying like
Or is it
Big
like
Brother?
set up cameras or
That's
like
what I'm saying,
cameramen
like- That's what I'm saying.
following
Like I
Big
don't
Brother?
know.
How they have it?
But I thought that the producers were like there.
Was it in the pool? You said.
Sometimes they're there, and sometimes it's just like a Big Brother type situation where the cameras are just there.
The only
Either
reason
way,
why
if the
I'm
bitch is
saying
not
that-
screaming, like if somebody's like raping you, like let's be honest,
Right.
You know what I'm saying? This
that
is
she
not,
was supposedly like so drunk that she couldn't like.
Because I don't think that this producer watched the video until the next day.
Okay.
So that may be a situation where there was nobody else there, and they just had cameras.
So
set
was
up.
he not drunk?
I
I
think
think both of them were drinking because they have drinks, but they have drinks available. They tell you, you can drink. They don't tell you how much to drink, but they encourage drinking.
It's going to be a problem for anybody who has a problem.
exactly. And when you have the complexion for the protection, that's just what happens. So his ass doesn't, and she does.
I don't know. I think they said somewhere they were going to put a limit on how many they could drink.
Yeah, it's
Per
changed. It's going to
episode.
change the whole
So they probably
culture
were
of
all
that
drunk.
show. Right.
You said that
That's
exactly.
what it is.
Exactly. Because it's going to be completely different. And people are
Okay,
gonna be
I'm
like,
so over this. Can we move on?
Okay, so yeah, we've got another third topic. This is our secret confession. It kind of ties into sexual assault. Hate to be Debbie Downer, but we're going to talk about this. All right, so I'm going to read you guys a little something. I probably sound like Walter Cronkite.
Is this the secret?
Yeah,
This is
the
from the secret,
secret
the
that-
bug secret confession box.
Yeah.
Right. Have y'all seen
These are
that?
my confessions. Yeah, okay. I stayed at my best friend's apartment last night instead of at home, and I fingered her while she was on a sleeping pill. I didn't know how powerful the sleeping pill was. While I was touching her, she was moving around and being somewhat responsive to my cuddling and movements. She opened her legs, and once my hand went to her leg, I was thinking, she's inviting me in because she's been responding so far. So I do. I start feeling her. In about 10 seconds, she says, "What are you doing?" and rolls away from me. Then, out of guilt and disgust with myself, I move to the couch. She comes out and she asks me why I moved. I notice that she's visibly affected by her sleeping pill. I tell her we can just go back to your bed. And we did. Do I tell her what I did? She asked this morning why I moved to the couch. But I said I didn't remember because I was groggy. I don't want to ruin anything, but what if she remembers and I don't tell her?
You sound like a second grade teacher.
I know.
I am trying to sound like someone who's trying to enunciate so folks can understand what I'm saying.
Okay, bitch.
So, did you understand what I was saying?
Yes, we all understood.
What are your thoughts on this sexual assault?
Okay, so
I mean-
I don't even view it as sexual assault.
What?
Right.
How do you view it then, Danielle? Like, why is it not sexual
I mean, because
assault?
it's
Did
not.
you hear
I don't-
somewhat responsive?
Yeah,
She opened her legs.
She opened her legs. Hey.
You know you did.
She welcomed him in.
No, like, there's no intent. I don't think that his intent was to actually rape her.
But he still.
So just the finger rape is like
That is like people go to jail for doing that to children. That's molestation. Like,
okay,
but I'm saying, that's still a sexual thing.
But it is a sexual thing. I agree that it is a sexual thing. Do I think that it is sexual assault? No, I don't.
I think it's sexual assault.
No, because I mean, if you have the mindset that somebody is receptive, you're laying in a bed and you're cuddling with somebody, and you start to touch them.
But they're best friends. They're not even lovers.
Doesn't matter.
Yeah.
You're cuddling in a bed with somebody, and you start to touch them, and then it's like, oh, she's responding to my movements. Mm-hmm. She's starting to wetten up, and her nipples are starting to perk or whatever it is. And she's moving around, and in my mind, I'm thinking, oh, she's responding to my touch.
But then why would he word it that way and say, oh, while she was on the sleeping pill?
Because he knows he fucked up.
Because of after the fact.
Bill Cosby head ass.
When you,
that's pretty much.
Ma'am, that was a mistrial. That was a mistrial, by the way. Don't do that.
4 out of 5 Danielles would have let Bill Cosby off.
Right. They sure would have. I just don't feel like just because you had sex with her while she was asleep, it was sexual assault.
On a technicality ass.
But that's physically
you would have needed
that's
lube
natural.
for
it's natural
rape.
to respond.
Nobody use no lube for rape. Ooh, shut up.
Squirmed.
Go ahead,
It was
Stacey.
okay.
Hey, Danielle number 2.
Wow.
Because I agree. Okay, this is the thing that anyone doesn't need to do. Don't get drunk, high, do anything, take your sleeping pills, take your crazy medication, any of that when you know you're going to be in the presence of someone of the opposite sex or the same sex. I mean, shit,
I don't agree with that, but
it's pride week and shit. So, my thing is that don't do any of those things if you are in the presence of someone you may not want to do something with. Because if you never know when it may or may not go down.
Well, I'll disagree with you on that.
Yeah.
I would disagree with that.
But finish, though.
No, let her finish. Yeah.
Finish. I'm sorry. Because the thing is that she knew this person come over and you are in a compromising situation already. I just don't ever put myself in compromising situations if I know something may go down when I'm drunk.
Are you one of those people who might possibly have sex with all of your friends if they were to be open to it?
No.
Okay.
No.
I mean, but if she felt like that was her best friend,
that was her best friend.
It's not like just a whole random guy she just met. Oh, let me pop this sleeping pill, go to sleep. Right. This is somebody that she considers a friend. Yeah. Like seriously, this is my best friend.
It's
like enough so you can be around me, whatever.
Okay,
so.
I just thought of a situation and I was like, you know what? You might be right. You might be right. Because I know I got super drunk in Vegas for my birthday and I was with my best friend.
Yeah.
What you do, Stacey?
I rolled over and I remember laying on him, but I think that was going to be uncomfortable for him because he was going to want to start, probably doing other stuff. And he was like, I'm not going to do that with her this drunk. So yeah.
You
so,
just
a good friend
you have to draw the line.
Put you in that situation.
Right.
Come on, Stacey.
So, okay.
Right.
Come on, Stacey.
Right.
But so he realized that something was wrong because one, he did not realize how strong the sleeping pills were.
Yes, because he didn't take it himself.
Right, and so once she said, what are you doing? Then he was like, okay, wait a minute. Something is not right here. Let me remove myself from the situation. So if you're under the intent that she's responsive and then you stop it once you think that something is not right, I don't see that as sexual assault. I'm sorry.
Sexual assault, you feel like if he would have kept going, that would have been sexual.
If he would have kept going, then it would have been sexual assault.
But you don't feel like him touching her vagina and fingering her is any type of sexual assault?
She was responsive.
She was squirming.
Ladies, to me, that's a natural thing.
Danielle is going to be a great defense attorney. I'm sorry, because
we don't
for
know.
No one.
We don't know that.
She moved. She responded.
Michelle, we have a comment from the audience.
Okay.
All I got to say is if they were in the friend zone and they were together in Vegas, he knew what he was doing.
Completely new situation,
I'm
but
going to be a guy and tell you the honest truth.
This is for you, Stacey.
And it was.
So yeah, he knew what he was doing.
I mean,
He knew, right? He knew he wasn't supposed to be doing
honestly,
that.
Honestly, she just said, "What are you doing?" Though
That's
she
not
didn't
friends.
say stop.
with her in the first
If you're
place.
fingering a woman, that's not friends.
Didn't she just say, "What are you
She
doing?"
said, "What are you doing?"
Did
And
she
if
did-
he and that moment he felt like, okay, wait a minute.
I'm wrong
Maybe
as fuck. Let me
maybe
stop.
I'm wrong. Maybe I
Yeah.
was yeah, maybe I was misreading this situation. So let me remove myself from it. And
So
that's
if he
why I
would have
don't
been a
feel
G,
like,
about like, "Nah, girl,
But
just
that's
chill."
the same
So
thing.
right.
It's no longer a sexual assault.
yeah, I don't feel like it's sexual assault because you
Yeah,
have to have the
I
intent.
feel what you're saying. I
You
feel what
feel
you're
like
saying.
you don't
Yeah,
have the intent
yeah.
for sexual assault.
We have a question. Go ahead, Ebony.
Thank you. I have 2 comments.
Don't be looking at
What am I doing?
Jen.
Oh, okay. Dang it. The first one was, I feel like you're, I don't want to say defending a sexual
She
assault
is.
because
She is.
Go on and get her.
But one thing is, when, and I'm about to get real technical, I'm sorry. When women are raped, their bodies respond, right? And so that used to be a defense for rape. Like,
So
she
that's
got
natural.
raped, so it wasn't
Yeah.
rape. But your
Yeah.
body protects itself.
Right.
And so if somebody puts their fingers in your vagina, it's going to respond.
Right.
Because when you're asleep, your body does things anyway,
Right.
even if nobody's around. The second one is he waited until she took a pill to make that move.
No, she had already taken the pill.
But they've been friends. So
They've
he has
been
not
friends.
made a move until the night he spent the night and she took a sleeping
Exactly.
pill. That's fucked up. He raped her.
Yeah.
I don't think I.
Okay, he sexually assaulted her.
Ebony says
No,
she's a
I
product
It's the
of
same
that.
thing.
I don't agree, but okay. So I agree with the point of yes, your body will respond to it if you stick your finger
Naturally.
up somebody, it'll get wet.
That sounded so juvenile.
I know.
I agree with that, but coming from his point of view, like looking at it from his point of view, if
You're such a man.
I may be, but whatever.
But
So
Jen, are you drinking your wine or not?
I just
like,
don't
from his
understand.
point of view, like okay.
I like this one though. This is really
So
good.
have
Can
you?
you, wait,
No, you don't.
can you explain why he waited until the night she had a pill to
He did not
make a
explain
move?
that.
Oh,
He didn't. No,
okay.
he didn't explain that.
Because I feel like if you're friends, you can
okay,
make a
so let's.
I mean, we don't. That part we
No,
don't
she's
have
like,
all
wait,
the
wait,
facts either. You
don't
know,
have
we're
all-
kind of just assuming that. I don't think
But-
that he was like, "Oh, fuck yeah, tonight's the night she took that pill. It's on." Like, I don't feel like that happened. I feel
he
like it was a
knew-
situation
I
like,
would-
I
"Oh."
would feel more
But he
comfortable
just
if
said
you
because
He
he
took
when
the pill though. That's like
when he
he let
said,
us know.
"I happened to spend the night," it doesn't sound like the shit was like premeditated. Like
No, it
he
wasn't
said,
premeditated,
I
but he's
spent the
like-
night over there, and I happened to whatever. Get in the
It
bed with
sounds
her,
to
whatever
me
the case may be.
like he is stuck in the friend zone, and he was like, "It's finally about to fucking happen."
damn.
And then she was like,
Yeah.
get the fuck away
No,
from
she
me."
was like, "What are you doing?" And he bitched up. Yeah.
Yeah, and then
And-
he was like,
and
"Shit,
went to the couch.
I touched her ass, and now I got to tell her I did."
And let
I
me go
really
run.
think that he should. Who got a question? Baby, you got a question? Oh,
Sorry, this is Layla again from Deafmatic. I'll plug it this time.
Get a girl.
Deafmatic podcast. So, I mean, to answer his question, because he asked the question, should he tell her? I think he
Yes.
absolutely should.
I did tell him
I've
that.
been in a similar situation, but not as dramatic. And I didn't remember much, but I remembered something.
Yeah.
I'm
Right.
waiting on him to tell
Right.
me, what you do? I know you
Right.
broke me.
Right.
And he told me, he was like, hey, just want to let you know, I done touched
My
your
bad.
tits.
Yeah.
So I was like, oh, okay, cool. We back cool again. So I think he should be wise and respect the friendship.
Right.
And actually say, hey, look, this is what happened. And if they break off their friendship, then it just happens that way. But I think he owes that to her for respect. Because I bet you she remembered something.
I agree 100%.
She
Yep.
does.
Demez, the writer and blogger
Author.
and author. Demez, Mr. Incredible, Demez.
My problem is this, right?
Uh.
So we've all like been in Netflix and chill situations where you keep on trying to shoot your shot, and she keep on saying, "Yo, chill, chill," and then finally you're like, "All right, I'm gonna chill." Okay, in this situation, the guy had he shot his shot, and she would have been like, "Chill," and he stops. I have more respect for it. But the way it was so creepy, you know, like you're trying to grip on, you trying to touch on, then you get out the bed. Like a normal guy would have just been like, "I'm gonna stay in the bed till she wake up and get a little more sober." But he's a creep. And
I mean, I feel like y'all are just making up all these extra scenarios. Like,
They was Netflix and chilling, right? And then she was like, no, stop. And he was like, come on, baby. And she was like, no, I don't want to do it. And he was like, one more time, please.
You know, I just think that's so dramatic. Like, it's too much. I really feel like let's just look at the facts and what was said. You know what I mean? Like,
that he sexually assaulted her, and then he was like,
and whatever. Everybody's entitled to their own opinion.
She didn't
whatever.
say, okay, come in here and finger me. Come on now.
She was dumb as fuck too. Because why you have somebody in your bed with you that you don't plan to fuck?
Okay, so
hello, somebody.
Okay, so Patrick got a question.
Because you come in my room, goddammit, it's on.
Okay, because my point was going to be like you. So you never had a guy in
baby
bed?
got a question.
Baby got a question. I'm sorry.
Come on, baby.
Go ahead, baby.
Hey, yo. No, I got 3 comments. Okay.
Oh, Lord.
Let me rewind back real quick. The chick with the rancid balls.
Okay.
Oh, you were going
We're not going back.
That was so last year.
So she put some rancid balls in her mouth. So that means she can all that she could do is talk shit.
Yeah.
Because she had rancid balls. So
She's still
she
kind of
deserves
salty
him.
about this.
She deserves him, basically. The second part, Demario.
She deserves him how? What do you mean? Because she put the rancid balls in her mouth?
Rancid balls in her mouth, then that's what she deserves. Rancid balls.
What? To be kicked to the side?
Yes.
Because she put the rancid balls in her mouth.
next
I just want to
question.
understand.
So she should have stopped the relationship at the rancid ball.
No, I want to understand what he's saying. Go ahead.
Well, let me get to the second comment. I want to take too much of y'all time. So, Demarion, he needs to capitalize on publicity. He needs to capitalize on that because I don't know who he was. I didn't know who he was until just now. So, third, okay, who is this chick we're talking about?
Just the lady that took the sleeping pill and was fingered.
The lady, okay, that was not sexual abuse or sexual assault, and because
Michelle, you getting fingered tonight.
She said something, then he stopped. Therefore, he is okay. I've been watching How to Get Away with Murder. So, it's good. So if Danielle wants to be on my legal team, I'm going to become a lawyer.
Good answer.
Thank you,
This
Patrick.
motherfucker's I've been watching How to Get Away with
I
Murder.
got something else to add
Okay,
to
Stacey.
that. When she said, "What are you doing?" See, he wasn't the right player.
That's what I said. If he'd have been like,
right player.
chill, baby.
When she said, "What are
I got
you
this.
doing?" She already knew what he was doing.
Yeah.
He's in her bed. This is what I'm back to. He's in the
This what I'm back
situation.
to.
She playing games. Oh, so now she playing games?
So when she said, "What are you doing?" he should have said, "Trying to make you feel good."
Right.
That's
See?
it
That's what I'm
right
saying.
there,
He was.
right?
That's what I'm
And
saying.
then it would have worked down.
If he was a real man, he'd have been like, chill, baby, I got
He's
this.
lame as hell.
I got this. Yes, he's a lame. He is. He could have got that.
All right, Herb.
All right, so I've been in a similar situation like Layla. I've been in something close to that, and
Somebody sexual assaulted you?
Are your balls rancid?
I am a snack. I mean, I am.
Probably the first part. I would like the first part.
No, but
How do your balls smell?
Are they rancid, Irby?
Do you
Okay,
smell
get
your
to the
balls
question.
every day?
Rancid ball. I think rancid ball guy must be like. Do you do manual
yeah,
labor?
mouth
Because like, if you working hard and you.
That is no excuse.
That's how
Because even after you come in from the factory, you still need to wash the underside
Some
of
women
your
like
ball
you to
side.
smell like work.
No,
Some
I'm
women like you
sorry.
to smell like
Work,
the
not
refinery.
Said no
rancid.
woman ever.
Work, not rancid.
No woman.
Let me Google rancid for y'all.
Talk
Hold
about
on,
the ball
goddammit.
sack. Why are we on the
Okay,
ball
no.
sack? We're supposed to be talking about sexual assault.
Okay. I think it was sexual assault. You don't mess with anybody that can't say, yeah, I'm down for the cause, right?
Exactly.
Okay,
If
so
you can't say, yeah, and read like, you gotta tell her, you gotta put it through a test, you know?
So
like,
here's my
like,
question
she
back
is-
to you. So this is sexual assault, but what happened to Corinne Olympios is what? She's
Potentially the same. I mean,
well, you always have a cape on. Next person.
Yeah, he
shit.
does. He does cape for the hose.
You always caping for every
And
damn
that bitch
body.
is a hoe.
Or it's like somebody that got run over in the street. I'm finna go out there and I'm gonna talk to the news people and make
Even
sure
though they
that
was
get
twerking in the middle of the
justice.
street at 2 o'clock in the morning, it's not their fault.
He's like, "Where's my prayer blanket?"
Right.
Okay, we're coming to the cap of our time because we are. Oh,
Yeah.
you have a question? You want to say something?
Oh.
Well, if we weren't black, we would have started at 4 o'clock.
Right.
I'm Latina.
I'm
just
not
saying.
talking about you.
Oh, okay.
But
I'm talking about the rest of us and the people who had to set up our equipment. They black too.
Oh, we have one more question or comment.
Go ahead.
So, obviously, we're past the point to where it's sexual assault. We know that it is. She didn't give consent. It is what it is. Will he tell her? He should, obviously. But the question is, will he? Will he risk losing the position he's in? Because obviously he wants more from her. He wants more than just a friend. And if he makes that comment, hey, this is what I did to you unknowingly, then he may even lose the position he's at right now.
Yeah, he's going to get knocked
I
out the
agree,
friend
and,
zone.
and he doesn't deserve it because he's weak as fuck. Like, honestly,
True.
that's weak.
Yeah,
like,
that's weak shit.
Either, okay,
Fuck
if you
bullshit.
already started some shit, like, finish the shit. Like, talk, hey, whisper in the ear or some shit. I don't know, make it happen. But then you backed up and you bitched
So,
up.
Sharonda, you
bitched
feel
up.
like he should have woke her up and was like, bitch,
No,
you finna do
but
this.
I'm just saying, because the bitch woke up. No, she
he ran
woke
to the
up
couch.
and said, "What are you doing?"
And he ran to the
probably
couch.
should have said,
That's
I'm
fuckboy
about to
shit.
stick
And
my
you
dick
should
in your
have
ass.
said,
Stand
you
firm
should've-
in the
you
position.
I'd have pulled the bitch closer. And I'd have been like, "Yeah, baby." You know what I'm saying? That's a player move right
yeah.
there. Do
That's
that
what you
shit.
do.
If you're gonna do it, like fucking go for it and do it. But you bitched up and like, "Oh, I'm gonna go run on the couch." Like,
Yeah.
you don't deserve the pussy. You don't deserve
Because
it.
he knows that I wonder what this motherfucker looked like.
I don't know.
As I promise you, he probably looks like, I'm not going to go into
Yeah.
I will
did
say
too.
this.
I did too.
I did advise him to tell her.
Good deal.
I
Good
will
for
say
you.
that.
That's
Will
good.
he
Yes.
tell her? I don't know. But
Yeah.
I told him that he needed to tell her.
Danielle was like, I mean, it's not sexual assault or anything. You didn't
Bro,
do anything
you're
wrong,
good,
but
you're
you
good,
should
you're
definitely
good.
talk to
But
her about
yeah,
how you
I mean,
touched her vagina.
if you consider this person to be your friend,
Yeah.
and
But it's not sexual assault, but you
no,
can
no,
tell
no,
her.
I don't think it's sexual assault, but I still think you should tell her.
Now, what do the rest of you all think?
Then what the fuck is it? Hey, I
Jen?
don't know if you noticed or not, but I touched your ass.
So I potentially could have fucked you last night.
I think it's
but
sexual assault. I'm sorry.
Do you
She
think
was
it's sexual?
unresponsive. Yeah, she's on a sleeping pill. Guys, come on now.
Why
No,
you
so
asking
did
No,
you-
me? You
all of
saw
us have
Jen
taken a
vulnerable?
sleeping pill before, and sometimes we're kind
I
of
don't
out
take
of
sleeping
it.
pills, and I don't
Shut
put
up.
nobody in my bed.
Remember
who
when
I'm
you
not
said
trying
you
to
took
get
that
down with
Percocet?
either.
That Percocet.
Remember
You
you
forgot
said
about
you
that
took the
Percocet you
Percocet?
took?
That was a long time.
Yeah.
But guess what?
That could've
Wasn't
been
nobody
you.
in my fucking bed either.
Right, but it
Wasn't
could've been
nobody
you.
in my bed.
Okay.
I'm
So
not
let's
taking you
say
to my
let's say it
room.
like this: if it's another woman,
Oh, shit.
if it's another woman, right, and you taking this Percocet, right, and the woman comes and she fingers you, would you consider that also sexual assault?
I'm gonna beat that bitch ass.
Because if I got the bitch in my bed, we're gonna fuck. Yeah.
Never mind.
That's
I
just
asked the
what I
wrong
do.
person the question.
I don't give a damn. Fuck
forget
y'all.
about
That we're
it.
gonna do it. I'm not putting nobody in my bed in
I
an
think
uncomfortable
he should tell her.
situation. Fuck
I
that.
mean,
We're
it
gonna
doesn't
fuck.
matter.
Like, otherwise, you're not coming in my room. Like, that's just what it is. I'm whatever.
Wrong person.
Okay,
Yeah, you're damn right about that.
I'm
Wrong
gonna
one.
say that, Jen, to answer your question, I would definitely be like, you assaulted me. I'm
Yes.
so going to the police right
But
now.
I want her to tell me too.
So did you guys have fun? Ivy, I feel like you low-key was like, these hoes.
Thank you. Exactly.
That's exactly.
That's what I had said
Exactly.
initially, too.
And 9 times out of 10, a lot of people don't sleep with clothes on. I don't. Exactly my point.
Wow.
I'm not gonna play with
Victim
nobody in my
shaming. Just
bed.
kidding. Okay. All right. So thank you guys so much for coming. This was our first time. Oh, see, that's why. Thank you, baby.
Michelle. We have to rate them.
Yes, I know.
Oh, I didn't know.
See, oh.
Sorry.
I was just making a comment. I'm not Danielle. You don't have to do it to me.
Okay, so before we wrap up, which is coming next, after I said thank you to our audience, I was trying to put a cap on the comment section, you know.
Oh, this bitch.
And yes, I am extra as fuck because y'all
fucking
always
dramatic.
fucking do this shit to me.
Who is y'all? I'm not Danielle.
Okay.
We're not gonna just put this shit on me though.
Okay.
Bitch, it's you always.
Okay.
I'm the
All
quiet one. by
But
the
how
way.
did y'all like the wine? You know, you got to give it a max of 25 or no.
Damn,
really? That's why I asked her. What the
Shit.
fuck?
She not about that life.
I've been drinking.
Oh,
I'm
so you
sweaty
had
back
drinks
here.
before you got
I've
here?
been drinking.
Oh, we were drinking here.
Oh, yeah. That wasn't nothing. Did everybody get a pink quickie?
Quickie
You gotta
or
get one.
cookie?
Pink
Oh, the
quickie.
quickie, the drink. My bad.
Yeah.
You
Do y'all see why I want to
I'm like a
quit?
cookie? What you talking about?
Did everybody get a pink quickie?
From the
They're
bar.
$3 drinks.
It's a drink, y'all.
It's a
God
pink
damn it.
drink. It's $3. It's going to soothe your soul.
Soothe it.
soothe you all
Like,
the way.
I just
to
imagine
your
you being like this.
Give me the beat.
Now I feel pressured to drink this shit.
Give me a pink quickie and soothe my soul.
Oh, Lord.
Come on, y'all.
No, it's not catching
Everybody,
on.
Cut it.
head
No,
over to the bar and
no.
get your pink quickie. Okay. All right, so my score, I think, is about a 15. I didn't really love it.
You didn't
'cause
like it?
I didn't like the taste of it. I
Really?
still drank it, though, because I'm me, so.
I liked it.
I drink everything that gets put in front of me. That's a problem. But
I give it a
How the fuck you come with
23.
15.1?
I liked it a lot.
That's the fucking alcohol
okay.
content of
But
the
you didn't
wine.
give it a 25. I hate you.
You gave it a 25?
She's like, I gave it a 23. I liked it a lot.
I did like it a lot. I
But
mean,
didn't give
why?
It, a max score.
it has room to grow. Like I feel like
It should have been
even,
aerated. First of all,
That's probably
So
what
that's
brought
not
the
on
air.
me. So for one, that's not on me, and two, red blends don't really need to be
I
aerated.
was just saying that it would taste better if it was
This
aerated.
why
It really
This is why
won't
we
because
love.
it's a blend.
They're finna
A
fight.
blend can still taste
You don't
differently
really need
if
the
you
chef
aerate it.
said
No, you
it
do
can
not
still
need
be
to.
aerated.
You don't really need
Just
to.
because you take notes from
after the
somebody
show,
who's
we're
a
gonna
wine
move the
person,
table
bitch,
down
I'm
to
I'm
the
telling
a
you,
real
you
class.
don't
That's
really
what
need
I'm
to.
saying.
Fuck you.
What?
Anyway,
It will still taste differently if it was
Sharonda,
aerated.
what's your score?
An 11D12.
Okay.
I fucking hate her.
I know. Okay.
Shit,
Okay. Well,
I
like it. Fuck y'all. Well, and here's the thing.
I love
because
red wines.
we have something we're trying to do with the scores.
Right.
And if we all give it a score, we have a maximum number.
25.
But see, bitch, I don't want you to be like that with me.
Well, I gave both. I gave it an 11D12 and a 25.
All right.
Damn difficult.
Fucking hate her.
Look at Jen. She's like, I hate everyone. Okay, so what's your score?
Fucking podcast.
What's your score?
Oh, 20.
See, you got issues too. Shit.
No, I think that this one, it's a little bit on the dry side a little bit.
It was. That's why I
It's-
didn't really like
it's
it.
It's a little bit on the dry side, but I like it. You can kind of taste, I think I taste like blackberries and
Blackberry molasses.
Shit.
And
I
I
don't know,
like
something
a slight wood.
Like a slight,
I can
woody,
say woody.
slight woody
woody
taste
taste.
to it. Wait,
That's why I feel like it would taste better aerated because it would mix
Yeah,
up
you're
that,
right, the
that,
little woody,
that
you can
oak,
feel it more.
That oak
Yeah, you're
taste
right.
would go away a little bit more.
That's why I didn't really
But
like
I
it.
like
though.
the oak. I like the
It
taste.
tasted too
I think
oaky
it
for
was
you?
too strong
because
That
it was
oak-
very strong but also
It is
dry.
strong.
And when I really like a red, it's because it has a little bit of a sweetness to it.
Yeah.
It doesn't have to be like a sweet red, but it has to taste like something.
Yeah, this wasn't gonna be sweet.
I'm throwing this one in the sangria though.
You throw everything in the
I don't think you can
sangria.
throw. Nah.
I put everything in sangria. I'm
Because
like, oh, let's put it in
you
sangria.
just mix together and just throw it. Fuck it, just throw it in there with some ice.
You know what? It actually may work in the sangria. I will agree with that.
And
The-
Danielle,
15
we
point.
have a wine at home that I got to tell you what the name is of it. It's going in the sangria. It's like a red, but it's like a semi-sweet, but it also has a little bit of a, like a, I don't want to call it fizz, but it's good as fuck. And it could definitely do a sangria because it would take out the need for like this, something like a soda or something to like, I'll tell you the name.
And you know what? This didn't have much of a strong smell, but I did like the smell of it.
It smells like soy sauce.
Soy sauce? The fuck?
Wow, that was.
I don't like it. I'm
extra.
giving it a 15.
sauce?
Whatever.
Wine.
Excuse me, Jen. Don't tell me what I smell.
It smelled like woody, like outside.
Yeah,
smell.
like
kind of
outside?
outside-ish.
Like you've been outside all day.
Like
That's
not
playing.
a stinking outside.
Oh, okay.
outside. Not a badass kid outside.
Does it smell like
No.
Commander cheese?
Like maybe
Oh.
a vineyard, bitch.
Okay.
Rancid balls.
Whatever.
All right, so now that everybody has rated the wine, it is now time for me to say, go to our website, www.betweenusgirlspodcast.com, and always go to iTunes, leave us a review, or join our Facebook group
Please.
and join the conversation.
Please. Please and thank you.
Just do it.
Just do it.
Sharonda's asking me to say please. That's not in my nature.
This
Thanks,
bitch.
or whatever.
Danielle.
Bye. Oh! Oh!
Thank you for joining us on Between Us Girls. But don't keep it a secret. Listen and share with everyone you know. See you next week.